To begin the practice today, I'll invite you to align your bones, stack your feet below your knees in line with your thighs and hips. Add a blanket over your legs to further weight down your legs in constructive rest. Sliding your hips forward, rest your head, rest your body. And we're going to begin with an assessment of your imprint. So notice the imprint of your body on the earth. When we lie on the firm surface in this way, your habits can show up. Habits about holding your body in a particular way. To bring back balance, we're now going to move into a body sensing practice, where when you consider the brain following the imprint of your body, observing areas that do not feel balanced, you can then return to a state of balance. I'd like you to first observe, is there a part of you that is weighted more heavily to the ground? Perhaps your head, or your rib cage, or your pelvis, or your feet. Just notice any variations in the weightedness of your body. Now observe any parts of you that are not in touch with the earth. So the gap behind your neck, perhaps your shoulders, your lower back, the gaps behind the knees and legs, and your arches of your feet. Notice if there is any sensation of discomfort or any awareness of an imbalance that's coming to your awareness. Next, take your hands, rub your hands together to create warmth. Once you create warmth in the palms of your hands, cup your eye sockets and circle your eyeballs 4 times to one direction. Rewarm your hands. Cover your eye sockets and circle your eyes 4 times to the other direction, gently and slowly. This time, leave the hands over the eyes for a few more moments. Allow your eyes to sink down. And notice how a conscious resting of your eyes has an internal effect. Now allow your arms to rest out to your sides. With your awareness still on your eyes will roll to the right and your head and neck will follow. Then your eyes will roll to the left and the head and neck will follow. Give time for your eyes to fully pour to each side. The eyes are closed and the eyeballs are resting from left to right as your head rolls from left to right.
Next, allow one palm to roll up towards the sky as the other palm rolls towards the ground. So your head and neck rolling side to side. The eyes pouring side to side. One palm rolling up, one palm rolling down. You're unwinding tension from the head and neck, down your shoulders, to your arms and hands and fingers. You're also recalibrating, supporting your nervous system to be at a slower pace. So when your eyes have time to fully rest over, you begin to move with a more rhythmic, slow, natural pace. The internal begins to guide your external, rather than the external will driving the internal to push on. Take 2 more rounds to each direction. Give time for your eyes to pour over. One palm rolling up, one palm rolling down. And as you next return to neutral, interlock your hands behind your head and press long. Lengthening the arms and shoulders. If your shoulders are not happy reaching back, widen them instead. Next, lengthen each side. So expand the side body, lengthening the left, lengthening the right. Return your arms and shoulders into neutral. Let the arms rest back down to your side. With your eyes closed, reobserve if your imprint on the ground has changed in any way. So reobserve the imprint of your body on the earth. Is more of the body in contact with the earth now? And how is your breath flowing now? Next, release your blanket. Give your knees a nice hug. As you hug your knees in, begin to rock your hips from side to side. Come back to neutral. As you come back to neutral, circle your ankles. Circle them the other direction. Next, hug the knees more close to your chest. Lift your feet, holding the tops of your feet or your ankles, widening your legs and rocking from side to side. Next, begin to press your feet upward into your hands. Again, noticing any sensations in your legs and hips. Take another deep breath here. Before you release, giving your knees another hug. Roll yourself to your right and lie curled on your side for a moment or two, assessing how your body is breathing. Notice if your mind is more at ease being here, being present to your body and breath. And now roll yourself up so that you come to your forearms. Slide down onto the forearms and rest your head down. Feel the front body connecting to the earth. Notice how the front of the body is breathing. Next, we're going to rise up to the forearms into what is called the Sphinx Pose. So assessing as you rise into the Sphinx Pose, how are you rising? How does your spine feel? And how is your breath? We're now going to move into spinal rolls to unwind tension in the spine. Right hand slides to the left. Left knee comes out to the side. Press to your left foot. Begin to roll your body until your left arm opens behind you. Slowly roll back. As you roll back, giving your weight to the earth, slide your left arm to the right, right knee out to the side, press to your right foot, and roll until the right arm lands behind you. Rolling slowly back. Now that you've done a left and a right, assess, how am I rising now? How am I breathing now? And hopefully you're feeling more free. Let's continue. Right arm on an angle to the left, left knee out. Press to your left foot, roll until the left arm lands behind you. Giving the weight of your body as you roll. Slowly rolling back. Slide your left arm towards the right, right knee out to the side. Press to your foot and roll until the right arm lands behind you. Slowly return. Now that you've done another left, right, rise again. How are you rising? How are you breathing? And hopefully you're once again feeling more freedom. Let's continue. Right arm to the left, left knee out, press to your left foot, roll until the left arm lands. Left arm slides to the right, right knee out. Press to your right foot, roll until the right arm lands behind you. Make your way back slowly, giving the weight of your body and coming into Sphinx Pose once more. Are you rising more freely? Are you breathing more freely?
And when you feel ready, tuck your hips back to child pose, resting your forehead on your forearms. Feeling your spine undulating with breath. Slowly begin to rise, to come up to take a seat. So as you take a seat, I'm going to invite you to sit with your feet to the side, to your left. So your feet are sitting to your left. We're moving into a QL release. So the deep muscles of the core, unwinding the tension now deeper within to help you connect more clearly to your inner center. Okay, so to move into this QL release, place your left hand on your sternum. We're going to have a pre-look and a post-look on how you rotate. So looking over your right shoulder, notice how far the thoracic, not the head and neck, but the thoracic can rotate. Remember that. Now slide down, rest your head on your bottom arm. Your knees are in front of your hips and your hand is at your waist. Close your eyes and observe any sensations as you lie in this position. With your knees remaining connected, inhale, lift the top foot and shin. Exhale, let it land down. And rest. So inhale to lift. Exhale, land down, rest. Giving yourself that moment to rest. Inhale to lift. Exhale to land down and rest. Inhale to lift. Exhale, land down, rest. Now lift both feet together. Inhale to lift. Exhale, land down, rest. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, resting. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, rest. Inhale and lift. Exhale to rest. Next, take the hand that's been at your waist. Hold your head. Lift your head and feet together. Inhale to lift. Exhale to rest. Inhale to lift. Exhale, land down, rest. You don't have to lift super high. It can be very subtle. Just a small range. Inhale to lift. Exhale to land down and rest. Again. Now the next time you inhale and lift, let the head land behind your bottom shoulder. Your hand remaining under your head and rest. So in this gentle twist, observe very closely, does your rib cage or your pelvis shift in any way? Take 3 or 4 more deep breaths here. Letting your body be with the earth. Now slowly begin to rise, to come to your forearm and lengthen your legs. This hand to support you for balance. You're rising off of your forearm. So if you find yourself slouching down, rise. You're stretching the underneath the hammock here. Okay, closing your eyes. What do you feel as you inhale What do you feel as you exhale? Rising out of the forearm, lengthening your legs, tuning into your breath. Slowly draw the knees up. Rise up to where you began. Hand at your sternum. Rotate over your right shoulder. Is there more range of motion? Hopefully you've discovered more freedom there. Let's change sides. So tilt your legs over towards your right. This time your right hand on your sternum. Again, we're looking at the thoracic, not just the head and neck. So how far do you rotate as you look over your left shoulder? Then come back. Slide down. Rest your head onto your arm. Knees are in front of your hips, hand at your waist. Closing your eyes, observe any sensations by simply lying in this shape. With your knees connected, inhale, lift the top foot and shin. Exhale, rest. Inhale, lifting top foot and shin. Exhale, land down, rest. Inhale and lift. Exhale, land down and rest. Again, lifting. Land down and rest. Now lift both legs together. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower and rest. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower and rest. Continue. Remember to rest at the bottom. Inhale to lift. Exhale, land down, rest. Now the hand that's been at the waist will hold your head. Inhale, lift your head and feet. Exhale, lower and rest. Inhale and lift. Exhale to lower and rest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, rest. The next time you lift, let your head land behind your bottom shoulder. The legs land as well. And in this gentle twist, observe. Observe your rib cage. Observe your pelvis. Noticing if anything shifts. Next, rise up slowly, come onto your forearm and lengthen your legs. This hand for balance. So you want the shoulder aligned under the, or forearm under the shoulder, hand at your front to balance, legs long. Close your eyes and observe your breath. What do you feel as you inhale? What do you feel as you exhale? If you find yourself falling down, press to the forearm, rise. We're creating a hammock underneath. 3 more breaths. Slowly draw your knees in, rise back up to where you began, taking your right hand to your sternum, looking over your left shoulder. Hopefully your range of motion on that side is also improved. Come up to a seat. As you take a seat, interlock your hands, press up. A little twist to each side just to further free this deep center. Now open out the shoulders, Broaden through your chest and shoulders. As you next exhale, take a twist. Left hand to your right knee, look around over your back shoulder. Remain here in this twist for a few breaths. Feeling a rise from your sit bones all the way up. As you next inhale, inhale and rise, open. Exhale, twist to the other side. Rotate around your back shoulder. Feel a rise from your sit bones all the way up. Body spiraling. The breath easeful. As you next inhale, inhale and rise. Interlock the hands again, press high, taking a twist from the waist all the way up. And now broaden out the arms again, take a side tilt. Feel your side body lengthen. Take another deep breath. Inhale, rise. Exhale, tilt. We'll do this once more to each side. Inhale, rise. Exhale, tilt. Inhale, rise. Exhale, tilt. Coming back to your center, broaden through the chest, broaden through the shoulders, interlock your hands behind your back. Close your eyes. Feel the breath rising. So the arms are broadening back. If your shoulders are limited in their range of motion, you could hold them against your body and just consider drawing your shoulders back. If the arms are okay to broaden out, to reach back, do so. So tune into what feels most helpful for you. Take 3 more deep breaths. And now release, shake out the arms, the shoulders. We're working our way from the center now out to the periphery, coming into the hands and the forearms. To come into the next part of the practice, come onto your hands and your knees. Take your hands, turn the palms down, land them down onto your mat, and now bend your elbows. Add a little lean left, little lean right. Just assessing, well, what tension do you find here in your forearms? Okay, release that, shake them out. We're going to now work with one forearm at a time. So take your right forearm down. The left forearm is going to start at your wrist. Press down onto your wrist. Add some weight over the wrist. And now gently move your bottom fingers. So rather than using this hand to massage, we're anchoring, moving the fingers. Noticing sensations. Take the forearm a little bit higher and explore again. Think of the hand moving like a sea anemone or a jellyfish. Gentle, slow, fluid-like movements. Now move the forearm up again. So we're working our way from the wrist to the elbow. Assessing what tension lies here. Continue your journey up towards your elbow. Slow motion movement of the bottom hand, the bottom fingers.
Work your way back down towards your wrist once again. And now let that go. Shake out the arm. Before we move to the other side, rest your arms, close your eyes. What sensations do you feel in that right hand, right forearm? Tingling or lightness, heat or coolness? And now let's explore the other side. Take your left forearm down, right forearm positioned on the wrist area. Begin to add some weight. So instead of your weight being back, place your weight forward and move the bottom hand and fingers. You'll notice if this side is more tight or less. Continue to move up. Just little by little, moving up the forearm. From the wrist to the elbow, the bottom hand moving gently, slowly. Think of a sea anemone or a jellyfish, watery, fluent. When you do get to the wrist or the elbow, move your way back down to the wrist. Slowly moving the bottom hand and fingers, working your way back down from the elbow back to the wrist. And when you feel ready, you're going to release. Shake both arms, both hands out. Rest your arms down, close your eyes, and assess what sensations are present. Let's come back to the beginning where you place your palms down, bend your elbows, add a little weight left, a little weight right. Notice if the forearms feel more free now. So it can be really surprising what tension is here. And that rolls all the way up to the shoulders and the neck and the head. Shake out the arms. And prepare your blanket to a fold so that you can have a comfortable seat. Once you take a comfortable seat, take a moment to, again, close your eyes and observe. Is there less tension in the body somewhere now? How is your breath flowing? We're going to now work with the neck and the head, starting with a reset for your cranium, which will help cultivate more clear thinking, more clarity, and more flow of energy that moves down. Okay, let's begin. Take your first fingers on each hand, place them just behind your ear and slide them towards where your cervical one, the start of your cervical vertebrae would be. Okay, so with the hands positioned or the fingers positioned at the edge of your skull and near C1, I'll invite you to now circle your fingers like this on those spots.
pressing in, not too hard, not too soft. Observing if one side is giving you more sensation than another. And now circle the fingers the other direction. So add a head bubble, yes. Now a head bubble, no. Come back to the head bubble, yes. So think of those head bubble dogs. Now a head bubble, no. That people had in their cars, maybe still do. And you're on a smooth road. So gentle motion, yes. Gentle motion, no. And each round, as we continue, will become a little bit more refined. So a little bit smaller in the motion of your head. Little yes, a little no. Refining your movements. Until the head is not so visible in its movement. So there's an internal image of a subtle yes, subtle no. And now let that go. Let the hands rest. Close your eyes. Observe. How does your neck feel? How are your shoulders positioned? And how is the breath flowing? Next, turn your head to your left. Add the yes motion with your head. As you tilt down next, the no motion. Let your head come over to the other side, the yes motion. As you tilt down next, the no motion. And now allow your head and neck, your shoulders to move in any way. If you hear crickles and crackles, that's okay. It's just a sign that the finer tissues are tight. So just adding some motion, free in this area a little bit more. Let that go. Close your eyes and observe once again. How is your body breathing? Is there less tension somewhere? And how is your mind? Is your mind more at ease? Being present to your body and breath. Next, we're going to set up for a lying down meditation to help you connect more to your innate wisdom. And to set this up, I'll invite you to have your rolled blanket, position your rolled blanket underneath of your rib cage. So positioning so that your rib cage isn't tilted up too high. Your arms can rest comfortably, and you may want to have an extra blanket for your head. So this blanket could be a support for your head. The other blanket rolled to support a rising or an opening of your rib cage and sternum. The arms open. Before we begin, simply notice, how does it feel to come into this opening posture? And now allow your awareness to move to your brow center. Creating your most comfortable lying posture, adding blankets if you need to for warmth. And let your awareness now move to your brow center, also known as the third eye, the eye for looking within, the center of wisdom, the center of knowledge. Today's practice is going to take us into an awareness of your wisdom body, for connecting into your innate wisdom. People travel the whole wide world looking for adventure. They want to learn about other cultures, places, people, and language. Yet the greatest territory of all to explore is right where you are, your own self. You don't have to set aside time from work for a long vacation. You don't have to save your money or get a travel visa. You don't need special luggage. You just need yourself. Discovering your body's wisdom is a passport to begin your journey of exploration and discovery in the most fascinating, miraculous, and meaningful land that you will ever traverse. Through this voyage, you will become more familiar with your own being, your own terrain. You can then welcome yourself home. Take a moment now to check in with your body. How comfortable are you in your body? How often do you go about your day without being aware of how you are in your body? How often do you listen to your body's messages? And how often do you respond to your body's messages or suggestions? If your body sometimes feels like a stranger or an enemy to you, you simply can come into a closer relationship with your body. And what is this relationship cultivating? It's cultivating a closer relationship with yourself. When you are alienated from your own body, you become a stranger to yourself. You're then not as aware of the resources you have for making judgments and decisions. Instead, you end up relying on recognized authorities to tell you what to think, feel, or do. As you move into yourself at the level of your innate wisdom, you move into a knowing, a state of being responsive to your body's knowledge and to your own innate wisdom. We begin this journey of witnessing by observing your breath. How is the breath moving in your body? Is it even or not? Smooth or not? Where is the body moving most freely? Or is the movement even throughout? Next, follow the breath passage. Feel the breath at your nostrils, moving down the nasal passages, down the esophagus, into your lungs, and back out of the air passages, back out of your nostrils. Stay with this imagery for a few more breaths. The breath entering your nostrils, moving down the air passageways, down the esophagus into your lungs, and back out. Feel your air passages being bathed. Your lungs expanding and condensing. Notice your rib cage also condensing, then expanding. Has the breath become more easeful or full? Do you feel more calm? Are there any emotions present? Your physical body is the mediator of all your experiences. If it malfunctions or you disconnect from your body, everything you perceive will become distorted. If it is relaxed and in balance, everything is more clear. When you become more aware of your inner resources, you begin to listen to your inner voice. You begin to listen to your inner compass. Your inner source of innate intelligence and wisdom awakens. You develop confidence. You develop your self-concept, your self-esteem, your morality, and your relationship with yourself grows. Hence, your relationship with others grows. take this journey deep within your own self. Visualize your breath now as a gentle tropical breeze, caressing each part of you and softening what the breath touches. A gentle tropical breeze, caressing each part of you and softening what it touches. Begin at your head. Move down to your shoulders, your torso, your pelvis, your legs, and your feet. A gentle tropical breeze caressing your body and relaxing every part that it touches until you feel completely at ease. Now imagine that you are on a mountaintop, the peak of a mountain, overlooking an endless horizon of snow-capped mountain peaks, vast blue sky, endless mountains. A scene that is so beautiful, it takes your breath away. You feel full. You feel complete. You take this feeling with you as you begin to descend the mountain. You descend slowly, taking in the songs of the birds, the crisp air, the scents of the flowers and trees around you. You're filled with awe. You feel full. This feeling comes down all the way to the bottom of the mountain with you. You see an opening, a rocky opening in the side of the mountain. There is a candlelit pathway welcoming you in. You enter this very large cave with plenty of air, a candlelit pathway guiding you in. At the back of the cave, there is a bench. Seated in front of the bench is a being. The being is body wisdom. Sit with body wisdom. Ask body wisdom questions, for body wisdom knows all. Body wisdom knows your illnesses and ailments, your joys, your sorrows. Body wisdom knows all. Asking questions now of body wisdom. Most importantly, be open to receive. Be open to receive. Receiving guidance from body wisdom. What message does body wisdom have for you today? Stay with body wisdom as long as you need to, asking questions, receiving answers. When you feel that you have received enough information from body wisdom, you'll slowly follow the pathway back out of the cave and move back into your daily life with the knowledge that body wisdom is always with you. Body wisdom is within you. Take the journey back out of the cave as slowly as you need to. knowing that you have wisdom within you. Wisdom you can access at any time. And slowly adding movement back to your body. Begin to reawaken your body, moving in a way that feels helpful for you. As you gradually reawaken by adding gentle movement, slowly you'll roll to one side. And in your own timing, you'll roll up to take a seat. A comfortable seat, elevated on a blanket. As you take your comfortable seat, let's come into a mudra to close. Cupping the hands together, thumbs moving in as a gesture or a pathway in. Rest this gesture near your heart. So hands cupped together, thumbs moving in. Rest this gesture near your heart. This is a gesture for connecting to your inner wisdom, to follow the pathway in to the knowledge that lives within you, so that you can witness yourself more closely at all levels. Take this moment to notice your physical body, to notice the breath moving in your body, and to notice your mind. Is your mind more rested inward now? Our mantra to close, which is something you'll say quietly to yourself, is: the more I witness, the more I see. The more I see, the more I can choose differently. Again, say this quietly to yourself. The more I witness, the more I see. The more I see, the more I can choose differently. And one more time. The more I witness, the more I see. The more I see, the more I can choose differently. Acknowledge yourself for making this time for your practice today. Namaste.